Your hero.
PYW has been very good with the Skywrath, old 11 on the Legions, nothing to joke about. XM though, he's played this Pugna really well. Was it him we saw just have an amazing Pugna game? Or was it Ori who had that runaway Pugna game?
They've both played Pugna really well before. I mean, XM has played it more this tournament, I think. So it's more likely to be him. They both play that hero really well. Didn't Ori play the game against OGD as well? Though, where he had that really hard one. Game 2.
Yeah. There's been 5 Pugna games, and XM and Ori both have a win with it, but Ori also has a loss with it, and that was the one against OGD. That was when... Yeah. That was against Magma.
Could have
Prepare
he's played
battle.
him.
The time for preparation is short. Use it wisely.
Yeah, no, I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm saying I'm wrong.
He played up against it once. Maybe you're thinking that. I have no idea. Let's see how this goes. You got 3 heroes down here bottom for the side of Vici. Ori on this Magnus. Ursa played by Erica. Or at Poyoyo. If this Ursa doesn't have a good start, like, I don't see him being able to pull the game back too well.
Oh, he definitely can. He has a mag on his team.
30 seconds to battle.
Even then, like...
You've seen how quickly Ursa farms when he has power, like,
Yeah.
and stuff, right?
But even with that farm, is that enough to beat a farm Timber and Void? Like, when you've got a couple items on those 2 heroes as well as the Pugna, I think the Ursa, even with a little bit of farm, might struggle.
You have to remember, though, they have ways of dealing with the decrypt because they have the Fortress End of the Oracle, so they can purge off the decrypt if they ever manage it. I'm not saying they necessarily will. Bot Rune.
Bot Rune is a battle. Fortune's End, Tusk getting low, James on the run. Gets into the trees. Ooh. Pops that salve and sticks to the tree line.
It's an interesting ward in the bot lane, though, guys.
Yeah, this is an odd one. Deep in the lane and over by the pole.
It might be a little bit obvious if they see that these trees have been cut. I say if. I don't know the trees are cut down, but they might not think about it, right? Oh, XM training up against the Ursa. They're putting Chakras in a 1v1 mid.
Not on my watch.
Okay. I've seen EHOME do this before, though, with XM, I'm pretty sure. Or was that someone else? We did, yeah. And XM played side lane Pugna, right?
Against Chalice. Is this a better matchup for Tim? Better matchup for Magnus?
It's a good match for Timber. I like that they gave him a 1v1 on the Timber though, because he really didn't want to be laning up against the Ursa, right? So Magnus should do fine for the first few waves, but then what happens is like Timber can just start bullying him really hard. So Magnus is just going to level in power, push up the wave as quickly as possible.
Some damage done like that.
Skewer mid.
And he's in trouble. Middle lane.
Oh, okay.
He's got a lot of damage on the Chalice. Just nothing doing a good kill back. Yeah, it's like getting the kill on XM.
Oh, just a 1. Or at least a 6.
Yes.
Because DY has the stick coming as well at the same time. I love that any other hero had been skewered under tower there, they were dead. Because it's a Timber, he's absolutely fine.
So right now, in the middle lane, Chalice Satan. We've seen Chalice safe lane, we've seen Chalice off lane. Now it's time for the Chalice show.
Chalice is a man of all lanes.
Yeah, already a 1k lead for Vici. On damage on CY, right click's coming in as well as another take out Oracle. Well done with the back team as well as the nether blast coming through onto that Oracle.
One. Okay, so they got 3 batteries and they got the first one, which I guess is where the lead comes from.
It's pretty quick. Meanwhile, Volk getting a little bit bottom. Get pressured. I'll say it's been a while since we've seen the 5 position Snapfire.
I like this hero though. I think this hero is really strong, so.
Chalice just able to stand for the moment. Let's see no bags. We've talked about how Ori is so dominant in the mid lane throughout this event. Now we're going up against Chalice, not your natural.
Now that Chalice has the 2 points in reactive armor, there's never any kill threat onto him. I don't think he can die at this point, unless like there's a rotation over from maybe the Ursa or something at some point.
Invisibility.
Well, Snowbotto just tells us to take the invis. I'm gonna go top with this. Maybe doing DY?
Oh, okay, now Chalice is level 5, so it's gonna get even more fun.
Reactive armor.
What's a mag do though?
Yeah, watch this rotation top with the invis of the tag team. And he's got some fall that's done with the nether blocks. DY going XM. Using that invis that he picked over mid to come back and kill himself. Meanwhile, under his tower, he's trouble. All the weapon hitting away, but time creation is seemingly saving Ashbusy's life. With overwhelming items on cooldown, Bash comes down, overwhelming items in a second, but the time walk back to the tower. Over 5x, no, but Mango has Fire Snap cookie on the creep. Oh!
Got it.
Scatterblast to follow up.
I'll be honest, I thought he was going to go for the brain play there with the Scatterblast and try and like all in.
Yeah, so did I.
Prefers to play it safe and stuff, which is, there's nothing wrong with that.
I don't despise the call.
He DY's going to go for mid now to try and get some XP because the Mag realizes he can't lane there anymore.
James is just ready to go on a DY.
And if they can
Second over.
I was going to say, if they get D1, this is huge because they have a catapult wave. So they might not be able to take the tier 1, but they're able to do a lot of damage to it at least. And Chalice will tank this tower for the whole duration to let his siege creep come in.
And you can spot James just coming over and he's looking for the kills the courier. So much pressure coming out. They've got a back team and they'll get that gun DY. On screen already. That means that they can pressure them to this catapult. The second he showed himself, the second thing that they could get, you can play it aggressively.
And these solutions coming in, hitting the towers of tank aided as well. I actually think this
They might have to go. Ori's in trouble. Tag team store. But that is the tower again. More and more damage coming into the tier 1 tower. 6 minutes, almost 7 minutes into the game. It's not taking damage instead, for sure. They have no play on Vici. They can't respond to this Timber right now. The only hero that we talked about that could deal with the Timber was Ursa, which they last picked. They did get quite low. Getting scatterblasted down. This is heroes dying in side lanes, and a tier 1 tower about to. And Chalice gets the last bit.
I know I've talked about the serial a lot here, but it is the big deal right now. The question is, does Chalice want to carry on going for like tier 2s there?
Watch Timbers do that before, where if you don't watch him, you don't pressure him away from the towers, he'll just keep going. He doesn't feel threatened at all.
Yeah, like they have another double wave coming under the tower. Where's the wave clear on VG side to deal with this? The only person that can is maybe Eden, who's just TP bot. Looks like Chalice is going to rotate instead. They go for the air, so. Oh, RP.
RP used it. Almost surviving that, and now Pugna needs to run, aka Erica. We've got the shock from the whirling death and a couple more right click to the timber chain to finish up the Ursa. 2 kills there from the side of EHOME for the loss of a Pugna. And this is keeping us Sccc bottom and unfazed.
Shout out to the person that's on delay. Obviously, it doesn't in the same way the game does. Magnus will have a really good time against Timber in lane. So yeah, his tower's dead now.
That's a toxic Mo in the chat.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
So what you're is revenge is a dish best served. That is clearly wrong.
I'm the one that put that wrong. Just chat. They're always right.
Guys, positive mental attitude, smiles in the chat. Do like it. This that get more towers.
But just because they're taking early tier 1, it doesn't mean they'll win the game. Like,
yeah.
I agree with the sense that I don't think Tim's a massively great hero.
No, Chakram throwing death steps into it, though the Chakram will stay. But you don't have false promise. We got Snowball Press. Back one more shot. You go to the blood. See the shards! Oh! He wanted it. He wanted it. We have seen some dirty Tusk games too. Especially James. James was the one who played that Tusk game and impressed us. He was silent.
He's a good Tusk man. We've had some moments with Twitch chat so far this tournament already, like you say. We lost our minds a little bit. But now this top half of the map, the Radiant side, must feel relatively safe. So it'll be interesting to see if the Void needs to like progress towards the top area, like towards where his ancients are, towards the top side of the map in general, even the Dire jungle ventures.
Throwing finished cracks. Locked up his boots. 4201 so far. Now Snapfire level 6. Tusk, he's also level 6. Experienced Prince is in favor of home at the moment.
Did you see that? Triple C jumped away from a cat and then left the keen optic behind on the floor and it's like, guys, can someone go pick this up, please? I'm farming. James is like, okay, that's fine.
James is happy to take this. The extra cast range, the extra mana again.
Yeah, I thought they might give it to the Pugna. Still has faded break. I thought you might prefer the cast range, but apparently not.
Eric, deep prep train for a second. You know, converging reach. But at the same time I say that, they're converging for you.
You don't have to keep up the pressure here.
They want to here, so this would be a big one. Timber chain, they pop the walrus punch, and I'll pop the enraged if Warbur's kiss is dropping down. Ursa in trouble, like Drain could short and a kill for Chalice.
Radiant structures are
For 30 seconds, and well, you know what's coming to that.
This really deep wall that they put on though. All that information to get the kill, right? They'll probably get dewatered now, but it's not
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Radiant's bottom tower has fallen.
Sounds Mystic Flare. Nova dead. He already uses Mystics, so for the most part, not really.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
That's for shot. Fortune then Chalice. He's got some distance between him and the rest of PG. But he say that. Whoa, Timber Machine to avoid the blink. Stewart gets the illusion room. Now Timber comes across PYW. Else needs to be a little bit careful. That's why crap up high life train. The Magnus uses the RP to stops up this Pugna, but the snowball all the way through with the wall out of DY. Don't get killing the Oracle or hope to do so. Jump gets the false promise off. He can get alive that slime with side of EHOME because they got took out the Ursa again.
And now they're going to it's only 12.5 minutes into the game. Hit it in tier 2. They did trade Phenoptic back over to the pub, by the way. They really somebody else.
Yeah. They need a trade.
So now the
shards and Old 11 pops the blade mail. Even team in terms of net worth, but the EHOME. The ones driving the pace.
Yeah. And you have to keep up the pace, like we're saying, because if you actually win one good fight, they will outfire you within power, and they will take the risk really because of the Ursa. EHOME, this is really good what they're doing here. Oh god,
yeah, so long looking for DY, and he just gets blasted in space with the Mike Tyson right hook. They've got Mystic Flare on aim, but they kill the Mortimer's Kiss, takes out Ori. Erica thinks about coming over. PYW finishes off the Tusk. And rinse repeat onto the 2 mid.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
I just love that everything is around the Timber Sword. They're basically 4 manning, and then whenever Void has Chrono up, they'll fire on that.
Here is for Dire's middle tower.
Like, this is nuts. They're coming up. They got the duel. They'll get it on the accent. Timber chain across to win the duel. Alice about half health. X-No doesn't have kisses ready. He goes to 11-5. CCC, Master Madness. See if anything else coming out there. Tusk going blink. That's what I want to see from James.
They need
help his movement and help get save as well. So you're gonna stalk ready on James, load it back off, and I don't believe that was under any vision. So they're good to go. And they've got Chrono available. This could be really bad for them. They smoke on the side of Ichi. It was the snowball, the look for old Levy gets back. The blink is close. Blade Mail. The duel. Here comes Erica. James, though, with the short play. He'll survive. PY not so fortunate.
Then we can meet Maester Face.
They are buying them time though, Beach. Like, this is just farming bot jungle. This is dead man for them. They're not really achieving anything with this amount of pressure they've like built up early on.
This is gonna be good from Old 11. If you kill this wave, take a catapult. Sorry, move.
Over.
Shockwave, Skewer, Fire Snap, Cookie, stuns up the mag, Timber Chain, and now looking for the RP. Doesn't get it off. They look at back towards DY. Post promises himself again. That means Ori's dead. X-Nova falls. DY trying to TP out. Does he survive afterward? No, he doesn't. Again, EHOME up pressure, and they are holding Chrono throughout.
Dire's middle tower has fallen.
Silver medalist in the Arcana vote. Looking pretty good. PYW Snowball is coming from James on the Skywrath Mage, and he'll try to TP out. They've got the damage though with the life drain. He had Mystic Flare, but the second that Nether Ward goes down, he'd be reluctant to throw it.
Take Roche potentially at some point, and EHOME just can't really. It's really difficult for him to head into the pit. Oh, I love this Halberd pick up on the Timber Sword.
Yeah, take care of the Ursa even longer. Duel on the Chalice. They do have RP. They think about flashing it. Fortune's End. Chalice runs forward. I don't understand a duel on the Timbersaw. He goes one of the hot grabs. He just doesn't. He's literally standing and saying, "Fight me," and he's not the one putting out the duel. They've got the Mortimer's kisses down as well as the Chronosphere on a Ori. They'll get the kill on the Magnus. They look over at this Oracle. They'll take it a second now. Shards perfect. Walrus punch on the PYW. They've got the Decrepit Fire as well as the Nether Blast to finish with the third. 3 heroes down on the side of Vici, and EHOME continue the upward trend on net worth lead.
All up and up at the moment for EHOME. This Timbersaur's basically standing between Vici and the rest of his team and saying, you know, if you want to get to them, you have to go through me, and just commit simply every single time. I'd actually like to see who goes rules as well next after the which I know isn't necessarily like a standard item all the time after that. It is good. I think the Esma especially is really good. When you get to the Ursa up with the range, you get the safe. It's also really good when you just put big
There's the blink target for James, so now he's got save potential or initiation potential. Yeah, not that he didn't before have initiation and save potential. Obviously, that would be an erroneous statement from either of us. But now it makes it that much easier with his position. And I love this cinema.
Oversteeping bot here, and they see him.
Yeah, they see him, but EHOME wants to, like, have them go after X Nova. Dude, you're playing 5 Snap. Just bait yourself out a little bit. We're right here. I promise.
He has Glimmer cape already on it. So it's actually pretty far. Almost the same as the cost.
He's got more network than Scaraf Mage.
Radiant's courier has been killed.
Has been slain in cold.
Ooh, that's big.
Dire's bottom tower
He's under.
No. They killed the Chalice's courier with the halberd recipe on.
I mean, it is big. Let's not take away from that, but it's not like massive.
Dire's bottom
It's
tower
big. It's
has
just not
fallen.
huge.
Dire's bottom tower is under
Look
attack.
to their bottom tower.
See the Legion skipping the wave in the bot lane though. Just to get away as well.
Dire's bottom tower.
About to take, at just 19 minutes into the game, the last outer tower.
Radiant's top tower is under
Yeah, I don't
attack.
think they can take this.
Dire's bottom
They're not
tower
all
is
committed.
under attack.
Come on, man.
Yeah, they want to just run at them instead. Vici's doing the right thing. They're just trying to split push and they look them out. Like, not try and fight them head on. EHOME want to fight them head on.
Yeah.
Enemies.
They want to apply or directly to the forehead. There's the blink as well as the force punch. RP on it too. They get the kill there on a PYW, but damage through on X and X Nova. There's the empower. There's the damage we were expecting from the Ursa. It finally shows, and he will commit the chrono to go after DY. Won't be able to promise himself, but James in some trouble. Has snowball 1 second, and they're looking for the duel. Overwhelming odds stay will claim the life of James. This is falling apart. Duel out onto the Faceless Void. Now they find themselves a 4th Chalice, the only one to survive for now. That went really well for Vici, and that comes off the back of just the right clicks from Erica on both X Nova and XM.
I mean, the only way you lose that fight in EA is if you try and take it without Timbersaw. Because, you know, we've seen for the rest of this game so far, when the Timbersaw's at the front, Vici can't deal with it. But as soon as the Timbersaw's not there, they punish them massively. And this is what I was saying about them yesterday. You know, they won the series against Magma, but they had some moments in the game where they didn't look quite so strong. The
Radiant's
better
middle
team
tower
managed
is
to.
under
That's
attack.
exactly what we just see.
We'll say, I don't know if the Timbersaw was the biggest thing. What I noticed was James was the only one who focused his attention on the PYW. So now that he's away from the fight, they no longer have that save. Like, I think if they have a save there, he pulls everybody in a snowball. That fight's completely different. But it's a little bit of coordination lacking right there.
Yeah, like across the whole unit.
Yeah,
Especially because James is smoke bot on like next to the high ground. I think he thought it was because of the smoke. So he carried on going forward rather than thinking about the smoke. Ooh. Not quite. I think he thought the smoke broke on the sky rather than on the high ground, so he didn't tell his team to beware of possibly a Magnus up there or something.
Yeah.
Dire are scanning.
This Ursa is now the most fun team on the map.
Invisibility.
This is what we used to see, except it used to be phase missile.
I don't.
Yeah. We used to go phase abyssal blade.
Dire's
Oh, the
bottom
treads is
tower
what
is
he
under
does.
attack.
He has the power to skip that. He was able to go straight abyssal instead.
Still try to get this 2-2 tower in the bottom lane. They've got a creep wave coming in. Nether Blast once again. Chalice will clean up these creeps. They'll continue to push, tank the tower, and in one more Nether Blast, they'll have it. And all the outer towers will be gone on the side of each. They don't even need another blast.
Tower has fallen.
So he could start with that abyssal. He could go to the back lines. He could find himself maybe James to stop the save. So we will have to see what his intentions are with that abyssal blade.
Radiant's courier has been killed.
Yeah, that was Mascamanus MKB. Ooh. Chalice spots old 11, and now good shards keeps him away from the rest of his team. Duop ready to pop a false promise. Pops it very early.
My thanks.
And yeah, we'll get away.
I think it's one of those times that when you have Oracle on your team always goes up in value, because you can always just use it to get away during false promise. But technically not taking any damage, which, you know, I don't know how I feel about that. According to us.
For the duel, X Nova uses that Glimmer Cape.
They're all coming as well.
He's gonna hold the outpost because he knows where his team's at, and if they don't kill him, he'll just drop a fire sniper, and James and XM will come over to rest. There's BKB next, Legion, BKB next, almost has it, Magnus, playing sword, step with BKB he's got. Okay, avoid going Lincolns.
Yeah.
So how quickly he could die in a duel.
I was just about to mention that, but it's interesting that it's a really good status resistance game up against the Legion and the Magnus. But instead he goes for the item that saves him completely, but nothing to do with the RP. And he's still going to be relying on his Pugna or his Tusk actually. Help him during that situation.
Yeah, for now. I wonder if they'll go status resistance at Lincoln.
Radiant's
Like a
bottom
Satan.
tower is under attack.
Because he's got the Mask of Madness, disassemble it. Grab the Satanic after the Lincolns.
Radiant are scanning.
Still a 4K week for EHOME both. You talked about this earlier in the game where the more downtime there is, the more this benefits the side of Legion. And we could see that in the fact that Ursa's recovered, he's gotten himself close to the top of the net worth. And Legion and Magnus, they're now ahead of the Pugna. So they're getting there.
I mean, half the net worth difference at the moment for EHOME is in the position 5. Half of it is in the 5s, half of it's in the mid laners. But it's not a massive lead right now. They do have to still be wary, especially with the amount of damage that this Ursa can now output with the Whistle and the Empower.
You do have that Halberd though, so we'll see how much that helps them coming into this.
Rocheman and respawn capacity is going to be 250
A lot more.
relatively low.
Put the duel into the Mystic Flare, but X Nova. Back away.
It's not only does it give them the attack speed, it helps amp up the damage for the Spire up as well.
Looking for it now. Pops the BKB. Mystic Flare drop down on X, but they'll get the kill. And that's 20 damage going his way, but 10-second BKB getting committed too. They didn't have the vision, so they didn't know what was behind him.
For the agents.
full commitment like that is very interesting.
Dire's middle tower
Dire's
is under
middle
attack.
tower is under attack.
Shiva's finished for the Timber. He's going into the Hex next. He is very farmed.
He is very fun. That is true. Interesting, he doesn't have a perch. I guess this is a game where you need one, right? I guess maybe against the Sky.
No way to stop the TPXM. I like that he's going to the AND disc. Whoa. All of a sudden, Old 11, I think, was thinking of going for that duel.
I think he needs to TP. Oh, he has a ward down actually, so he sees if anybody's going to come any. Which the sentry from EHOME actually like just misses.
Put themselves in the jungle. They could take this outpost close to the 30-minute mark. That's exactly what they're going to do. They've only lost one tower on the side of EHOME.
Yeah, but if you look at Beachy Diner, they don't get buildings well. That's just not this.
Skyrap's taking a lot of damage very quickly. Life Drain comes out, and James will get the finishing touch on PYW.
That's just not one of these heroes that hits buildings.
Radiant's
Like,
bottom
Radiant's
tower is
bottom
under
tower
attack.
is under attack.
actually trying to go high ground at some point this game in Beachy. It's not going to happen unless they get kills. 11.
Stunned up, Scatterblast comes through, but they're gonna go after Roche. Aegis and Cheese looking for the duel, gets it! And Chrono committed, so they won't get the duel damage, and now X-Nova gets to survive. They'll take out Old Oldman with him dead for 53 seconds. I'm not sure they can go for this Roche. They don't have RP. It's down for another 54 seconds. Also, no, he should have known. He blinked and tried to get DUI. They should know.
Right, okay. It's true, yeah. So you know that Ursa has you know he's going to have to jump people to get Snapfire in time, right?
Yeah.
It's not massively
Silver.
punishing. I mean, they were going to get the Roche anyway on Radiant's side, so it's whatever.
Just +1. RP up in 10.
Radiant's bottom tower
Radiant's
is under
bottom
attack.
tower.
BKB almost finished.
You see anything solid person?
Yeah.
It's obviously really good against the Void, so it's going to back up the Ursa, which is great. Get them all.
Feels good, but at the same time, PYW found again. Not enjoying his time completely as the Skyrap mage, but taking a look over towards bottom. BKB's been popped by Ori. Visible on James as well as the RP on the 2. The right click damage coming in. Fortune's End is there. They don't take out James. Now the shards not going to block in Erica, but Chalice right on him. EHOME. Void's nowhere close. I don't think they need him. They'll snowball the Walrus Punch. They're right on top of Erica. They've got the False Promise, so TP out, and he will TP out. Now they will duel on a James, but the Jules is out. Just finish this off. Old 11 pops the BKB, and now it's his turn to run. DY ends up dead. The Oracle got for 40 seconds. Astral C has finally made his way over to the fight. But there's the TP and an escape for Old 11.
Just trying to delay the as long as they can.
Radiant are scared.
Scanning for enemies.
Yeah, it was interesting. Legion went in, pushed the Ursa, TP'd out though. Thought everyone was going to get punished harder for that. Finds his way. He's all set.
Radiant structures
Radiant
are
structures
fortified.
are fortified.
Oh, I like that you'll pick up for James. What is it? Chase.
Into a mag and an Ursa.
Oh boy. Yeah, Chalice.
Dire's middle tower is under
Just the run at you strat. Has Cheese. Doesn't really mind it. Doesn't mind running back in. Walrus Punch. Got control. Pops the BKB again. And oh, the Chrono! Mortimer's Chalice coming out. That's Chrono on the Oracle as well as the Legion. They buy back up the Oracle. They'll take out the Ursa. James gets the kill there. He is 5-2 and 13. And I want to just clarify that was actually his second BKB.
Dire's middle barracks are under attack.
The Sama believe. A little Shrek in your life? Sure, man. Great movie.
Dire's middle barracks.
Looking like EHOME might, that movie's so good. EHOME might stay up all night talking scary stories. I think in the morning they might make some waffles as they go for this top tier 3.
Yeah, it's a cheese on the console as well, and they still have ages for another minute and a half. Void. Nothing to be worried about here.
Dire's top
5-minute RP. Ursa with Empower in 10 seconds. I still don't think that's enough. Skewer back. Silence. Not the target you're really hoping for, but a decent chunk of damage on a Chalice. Again, he's got himself the cheese. He eats it, and there's the snowball. They'll hit onto the lead commander as well as the Walrus Punch to go after Old 11 pops the BKB, and Chalice gets away with the Timber Chain. They're focusing on the Timber Belt. That may not be the person you want to focus on, but there's the on 80. It's on to so many. They take out 3. Here comes the Void a second time. He'll try to fight, and now he'll try to run. Fight or fight. It ain't there for them. They get the kill. They'll take out Sccc. 4 heroes dead on the side of EHOME. They took the Aegis. They got the cheese eaten. And Vici, it cost them fits of racks, but they finally fight back.
Oh, I knew that was something they should have been worried about. I knew that was going to happen. Oh, dear. I mean, they get 2 sets of racks. So EHOME, it's not too bad, especially because Vici can't really punish them. Like we said, they don't push buildings that well. Chalice has buyback anyway. You saw how much work the Socrates was doing in the fights, though. Like, reducing the armor is helping a lot with the Ursa.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Yeah, especially with the over destruction.
Radiant's middle tower has fallen.
It was a great chrono initially from Sccc onto the Oracle of the Legion.
Yes.
Effectively getting rid of the save and the +1. Always going to be good. They can't even push.
He's going axe. See how that worked out for him.
On who?
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Oh, well, okay.
My favorite Skywrath item.
Yeah, that axe is really good on that hero.
There was a long time where I think we were seeing Skywrath and he just wasn't going axe at all.
I'm glad we stopped. We've seen the Skywrath stop building Meteor Hammer recently.
Yeah.
Big positive.
It's also games where you can't really stand still, right? Blink, snowball, Walrus Punch with attacks, and they've got the shards. All the left wings and choke pop BKB. Now they look over the top. The DOS and save is no one with them. Mystic Flare drop down, not really going to do that much damage. POW on the run as his little ability falls. 2 rows out outside of Vici. And do they have the damage with Timber Chain? No. Close.
I think they know Eric is just desperately trying to push waves out.
He's looking for a nullifier.
Yeah, I think he has to though. I think he's the different.
Dire's
Chalice.
bottom tower is under attack.
Is under attack.
Radiant structures are fortified.
Front lining here. And timber things. Now they just got to put it all together once again. They don't have the Oracle. Legion has buyback. They'll lose this tier 3. Erica moves forward. Bash, Chalice. Now Chakram, Timber Chain, Sword Thread, but the life drain. Erica, stop with the shards. They're Chaka away, but Sccc, he's got Chrono if needed. They get that kill there on Erica. He'll buy back the for the RP. They've dove too far. Sccc, he ends up dead. He doesn't have buyback. Now he'll find the Mystic Flare right on top of the tusk, but the Burner's Kisses coming in is not going to save the life of James. Doesn't matter. Still make the creeps and creeps pushing into the tier 4s. And they'll call GG.
The stalwart behold.
Radiant victory.